This is a quick video on how to use Mural as a visitor. So when you first go to the link that you've been provided, you'll get this page. And you don't actually, in most cases, you don't have to enter anything in here. You can, if you want, put your name in here. So I'm just going to pop my name in. And then just click enter. And now I have to accept some cookies. So the first time you access it, you'll probably get a sort of a tooltip tutorial. This says follow along. It'll show you some main parts, basically what I'm going to do. So click on the section of the outline to go directly to that part of the tutorial. So this is indeed the outline, and it goes to the main parts of the mural board if the person that set up the board has indeed included outlines. Not everyone uses outlines. They're not necessary. They're just a handy way if you've got lots of different stuff. So click got it. That's all that this tells you. So if you get in here and it's either too big or too small, you can use your mouse cursor or your mouse wheel to scroll in and out. You can also adjust the size using this. So down in the bottom right corner here, you've got some adjustments. And these are also the controls to show you how you can access the board or how you can use it. So if you click on move mode, this little hand appears, and you can see the little hand. So no matter what you click on, it's just going to move you around the board, which is really handy. If you don't have this selected, you can still click on the board to move around, but if you click on something on the board, you're going to move that item around. So that's the difference. So if you don't want to move any of the smaller things around, you just want to be able to scroll around the board, then the hand is great. If not, if you want to actually move some stuff around, you can deselect the hand. There's some navigation settings, so you can use trackpad. I'm on a mouse, so I'm going to use my mouse, and I've also selected zoom with the mouse wheel and click to drag and to move. I actually haven't selected that. It selected that for me. If I was in trackpad, then it would say pinch to zoom, 2-finger to swipe. I'm going to leave it like that. You don't have to save. You just close it. There's a tip here. Hold X and hover over an object to see them from far away. So if you sort of enter like this and you want to see what that is, you hold X and you get this little there we go. It only works on certain things. There we go. So it enlarges that stuff, but it didn't enlarge this. I don't know why it didn't, but that's okay. So that's some of the stuff you can do down here. This is also focus mode. If you're on a smaller screen and you want to get rid of all this stuff, you just want to see what's on the board, you can click this and it turns everything off. And then if you want it back on, click here. If you lose the outline, it's up here, this little stack thing. So you can turn your outline on and off. There's voting buttons if there's a vote. You can add comments. Comments don't go on here. They actually go into a sidebar. Anybody that accesses the board can read your comments. It's just a different way of collaborating. This shows you who the members are for the board. This is a help button, and this is you. And because you're accessing as a visitor, if you click on it, it's just going to ask you to sign in. So you can just ignore that. Over on this side, you've got an undo button. So if you do something that you didn't intend to do, you can just undo it. This lets you know that anything you've added has been changed, has been saved. The find button, it acts to as sort of a little search bar, so you can search for words or phrases. I haven't used this a whole lot, but it's kind of cool, right? So you can search. We can search for an icon. So there's only one icon on here. It's this one, which is really tiny. Let me enlarge it. I don't know why it's even there. And then you can clear. That's pretty cool. Over on this side, if you click on this, it shows you a whole bunch of options around sticky notes. Sticky notes are one of the best ways to add ideas. You just double click anywhere and you're going to get a sticky note. You can move your sticky note around. If you double click in it, you can add text to your sticky note. If you just double click, it automatically, like you can right away, you can add text. You actually don't have to double click in it. The only time you would have to do that is if you're going back. Then you want to edit your text. You can do that. When you click on a sticky, a whole bunch of options come up here. Generally speaking, don't worry about them. Some of them make the text bigger, smaller. You can switch to sketch, but you lose your note contents if you switch to another format. Let's switch to it anyways. So with sketch, you can actually sketch on your post-it, which is kind of cool. To get out of sketch mode, just go back to post-it, I guess. I don't actually know how you get out of sketch mode. Or maybe it just sketches when you're in there. Yeah, that's all it does. So you don't have to do anything to get out of sketch mode. So those are the stickies. You can also add just regular text, headings, paragraphs, comments. Again, that opens the comment drawer over here. You can drag these around. Again, you just double click inside them if you want to change the text that you've entered. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can drag it around, you can do pretty much whatever you want. If you would like to delete something that is yours, if you're a visitor, please do not delete anything that is not yours. Just select it. You know it's selected because it'll have this blue box around it, and it'll have some sort of sizing or drag bars associated. That's how you know that a text box is selected. You just select it and click delete. If you right click on something like this, it actually shows you who added it. You can copy links to it. You can add comments. You can bring it to the forward, front, or the back. Sometimes you can get stuff like hidden underneath another post-it. You can duplicate it. You can copy the text. You can copy the style. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. If you right click, so I'm right clicking in this case, if you just clicked on it, it also allows you to, this is move mode, this is zoom to selection. Again, you can change the size of the text format, the alignment, the text color, the background color. You can add a link to it, and you can switch the type. So right now we're in a text mode. Heading, we can change it to a circle, and then of course nothing fits, which is unfortunate. Let's put it back on a heading. Let's just delete it because it's pretty ugly. So that's the text edition. There's also shapes and connectors, so you can connect one thing to another thing. You can add different shapes, which are kind of cool to play with. You can add different border colors and background colors to your shape. You can make the lines dashed. And again, you can switch the type. These are different templates. You could spend just days looking through the templates. If you want to do a brainstorm, there's literally just an unending number of brainstorm templates that you can add. Very, very cool. They've sort of included everything. It's one of the wonderful parts of Mural. Async brainstorm. If you're doing that, you click on it and it just adds it. It just adds it, and now that it's added, you can add to it, or you can edit it. This is really cool. I hadn't actually seen this one. Very, very cool. So there's lots of, different templates. There's also icons. You can search for icons. So I search for ideas, and I've got just a ton of icons. And with the icons, you can select it, and it'll pop it in your board. Icons pop in really small, so you sort of have to watch for them. They can be hard to find sometimes. If you want to get rid of it, just delete. You can add images. You can import images. You can search for images. These are the areas that translate into these outlines. So this is a table that you can add, and then within the table you can add columns, or you can add more rows. Let's get rid of this because it's on top of everything else. Oop. Come on. Just want you to leave, all of you. Get out of there. There you go. So you can add a table. This is a freeform area, so these outlines that I have added here, these are just freeform areas. As you can see, they're kind of hard to see. I always like to actually at least put a border that you can see. This makes it a little bit easier for folks. You can add a grid area that's a little bit different. Let's delete this. And then this is draw mode, and again, sometimes it's easier if you want to draw attention to things to draw your own areas. See, and you can say I'm done drawing. Done drawing. Really, I am. Every once in a while it freezes. Hit escape on your keyboard, that gets you out of there. And then you can also import files, so you can add files to this if you'd like. It saves automatically. When you're using it, I think one of the big things to remember or to understand is that if this has been shared with you and you're entering as a visitor, be respectful. Chances are it's been shared with more than just you. So don't delete anything. Add to stuff, add comments to stuff, but generally you sort of it's not nice to delete other people's stuff. And you don't have to log out or anything. When you're done, you can just close it, and it updates in real time. Okay, that was a lot. Apologies for the background noise, and I will edit this up, and I hope this helps. Bye-bye.